The success of Marshall Day really comes down to its people, and a lot of organisations can claim that, but I think Marshall Day is unusual in that it really does deliver on that.
The personalities at the office are wonderful. There's an amazing mixture of people.
From the smart, they're all smart, to the very smart, and they come in all shapes and sizes, fitness levels, whatever. There's no brand to a Marshall Day employee, thank God.
People like working for the firm because it is innovative, it challenges them, but they are given the freedom to test out ideas and to do things in creative ways.
It's decent. It's a decent organisation in terms of, you come across decent human beings who treat people well and with respect.
It's people before profit, I believe, is what makes Marshall Day unique.
There are so many talented people and so many passionate people and people who are just world leaders in their field.
We regularly attend the international conferences and we have our papers published in the international journals.
There's two cultures that run through. There's a culture that Harold set in place, which is basing the company in research, and so good strong technical base, but also combining that with art and with science and art together, which is really what Acoustics is.
I think international recognition in acoustics only comes in one way, and that is by publication of results.
But there's also the philosophy that Chris Day laid down about treating people with respect and also nurturing unusual people, getting the most out of unusual people.
We provide a high level of technical skill that surpasses virtually all of our competitors in every area because of our amazing collection of people and the talent we've collected.
We've always tried, I think it stems from both Harold and Chris, that they're very fiercely intelligent and very innovative, and I think they've tried to recruit people on that basis, people with intelligence and ability to think outside the square and to innovate.
Due to the skills of the managing director in Melbourne, Peter Fernside, he manages to somehow harnesses everyone's talents and gets them all to work in the right direction. And my husband always says he's managed to pull a bunch of misfits together and turn them into a very good organisation.
I think it's really important that we follow what Harold Marshall's done. He was very innovative in the ideas that he had early on, and I think that's something that we like to carry on, that idea of innovating, of being at the forefront of where the science and the art and the architecture and everything else is meeting.
Because you take on a project and have personal responsibility for it, if you have to stay in late to achieve a deadline, then most people at Marshall Day would. Not because there's some big manager standing over there saying, hey, you better meet this deadline. It's because it's your project, you own it, you want it to be good, and so you do it.
All the different aspects, the social elements, the design elements, it's always people are driving things forward just of the love of doing what they do.
We've always been known on the international stage, but that's certainly becoming more and more true, particularly with the current expansion into China and the work that we're doing there.
With the opening of Guangzhou Opera House, designed by Zaha Hadid, and the other projects that we've done in China, in Beijing, and in Xi'an, in Shanghai, we're now getting invited to do more and more international projects.
We understand the physics so deeply we can make shapes like that work that other people around the world can't.
Of all the people all the consultants we've ever hired, 70% of them still work for us, and after 30 years I think that's truly remarkable. There's some companies that turn over 30% a year, and we've managed to hold them.
They don't leave, and even if they do leave, they tend to come back as supernumeraries. They come to the parties, and we keep an interest in them all.
Some companies talk about looking after their staff, but it's only talk. Whereas we really do. The things that we do as a company are because of our people, first and foremost.
No, I've worked for a few acoustic consultants and I've had many other jobs, and I think once you've been with Marshall Day, you don't go back really.
It's a great privilege to actually work at a company where there's so much talent.
Well, I've had the opportunity to work other places in my time, and I have declined them all because I like where I work at the moment.
It's unusual, it's unique, it's fantastic.